Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Wish you all very happy New Year. Welcome you all to the much-awaited first webinar in this year. IEEE Computer Society Student Branch Chapter of SLTC has given you a golden opportunity for who are interested in cybersecurity. This webinar will be a great chance to all of you to enhance and gain a lot of knowledge in this field. Without taking much time, I'll introduce our resource person for you this webinar. He is architect, secure architecture and timing, teaming, Mr. Jude Myuran K. Welcome you, sir, to this webinar. Thank you. So I would like to invite Hasira to proceed this.
Yes, Tamir, thank you. And as you know, we are providing you a valuable certificate because of this webinar. And in order to earn our valuable certificate, all of you should prove your knowledge gained today. So in order to prove that, you should face our special quiz assigned for today. To be enabled to participate to our quiz, you should fill the attendance form that we are circulating via the Zoom chat box. Filling this attendance form is mandatory, and please provide your actual information because this enhances the quality and standards of our event. Further guidelines of the quiz will be given at last, so stay until the end. Also, we are conducting a special Q&A session, and if you are having any questions, you can ask them using our Google form, which is also mentioned in the Zoom chat. So, please, when filling the forms, you should have your special attention. And I am repeating again, filling the attendance form is mandatory to gain the access for the quiz. So, without much talk, I am giving my chance to our guest speaker today. So, sir, the chance is over to you.
Hello, team. A warm welcome from my side. My name is Jude Myuran. Thank you for joining, first of all, on this lovely afternoon. And my special thanks for IEEE student group from SLTC for organizing such a beautiful, platform for all of our students and for us to, discuss a little bit more on cybersecurity. Especially, it is one of the most awaiting discussion for this COVID-19 series. Most of the people are actually studying and working from, various different platforms. So it's a new normal nowadays. So it's very much important for us to discuss about the cybersecurity. And for young students like this, I would like to guide you on how to perform well on the industry, as well as how to pursue a career over the cybersecurity domain. So let me share my screen. Um, uh, Hope that you will be able to see my screen now. Sorry, guys. Okay. So welcome to the CyberHat 1.0. It's an awareness session. So today that we are going to discuss a lot of different interesting topics. I would like to start off with, what is the fuss about the cybersecurity domain and why we need to go for this domain? What is the importance of this domain? Because nowadays we have come to a conclusion where not only the organizations and also the human people, like people like me and you, we need to focus a lot about the cybersecurity. And I would like to walk you through a couple of threat maps and the current trends that which is happening on the cybersecurity. And we're going to discuss a little bit more on the dark web and the deep web. Apart from our normal Google search engine, there is a lot of information which is hidden, and we need to find out a way how exactly that we can actually able to get the details of those. And then I'm going to introduce you a couple of search engines. Other than Google, there are lot more search engines available. So we are going to find out the search engines and the valuable information the search engine gives. And I'm going to give you some hints on where you can purchase some certain hacking hardwares as well as the softwares. Most of you guys are really aware of the software components, maybe like Kali Linux or some of the Linux distributions, but there are some hardware components available as well. And I would like to say, I'm just introducing you, I'm just guiding you to get these components, not to hack or get yourself in trouble. Cybercrime is extremely a monitored a sector in Sri Lanka, so don't try all those things. But I just want you to get yourself being aware of these things. And we will walk through a couple of prevention strategies. And I would like to guide you on what should be the correct mindset and the tools and targets that you need to fix on your side if you wanted to gain some good experience on the cybersecurity, how we are going to find a career out of it, And most importantly, I would like to walk you through a bug bounty program. So bug bounty is extremely an important concept nowadays, especially in Sri Lanka. A lot less people are actually focusing, but in Western countries and other places, a lot more people are focusing on the bug bounty. And top of that, we are going to do some couple of practices as well. Right, so I'll do some couple of practicals which helps you to identify, nothing is safe on the internet. So we have the habit of downloading a lot of PDF documents, or maybe a free softwares and applications, a lot of different things that we are downloading from the net. Nothing is safe. Everything has a catch inbuilt on it. The free things I'm just talking about. So we have to be aware of it and how to safeguard ourselves. That is one of the things I want to talk. A lot of people would love to say, okay, OTP, right, one-time password is going to be a very good milestone for us. So it's going to protect us and stuff like that. Obviously, that is not true. Everything can be breakable. Everything can be hackable. So I'm going to prove you a couple of websites which we can easily bypass the OTP and make use of that. For example, like if I can, I'm not going to do it on the live, but I'm just telling, if I can bypass the OTP of a 𝗘𝐻 online ordering system, I will be able to order some groceries on your mobile phone, right? So you will have to face the consequences with the 𝗘𝐻, and I will be having some fun. Right, so that can be done, and the defenders and antivirus, these kind of things are not at all enough, guys, because we are really depend on these solutions to safeguard our information. The one thing I wanted to say is we should take care about our information. We cannot depend on third-party solutions to do that. And the most important part is the point number 13, that is the clicking mania most of our Sri Lankans are having. Including me, I have a clicking mania. If someone send me a picture, I would love to click it. If someone send me a link, yes, I would love to click it. So, we just click it, and if we don't like it, we just leave it off. But the thing is, the clicking mania is still available. So because of that, a lot of people, a lot of offensive people, they just take the advantage of it and try to manipulate yourself to get and steal a lot of information from you. That is always happening. I just wanted to talk about it. And there are a lot of different phishing techniques available. Most of them are free. Some of them are paid tools. And phishing, masking of the phishing, a lot of techniques are available. We're going to talk about some of the basics part of it as well. Right. So before starting into this seminar session, I would like to start up with a simple question, which is nothing but what is the most valuable thing in this world? If I ask you such kind of a question, what should be your answer? I do know that some people will think money is the most valuable thing in this world. Some people will think the friends or families will be most important thing in this world. But according to me, the most important thing in this world right now is privacy and information. So right now we are living in the world of information is wealth kind of a category. So money is not important anymore. Information can bring you money. The more the information that you have, the more wealthier person you will be. That is the era nowadays we are living in. We are still going behind the money. We are still going behind the unnecessary stuff yet. But the most important part for us to consider is collecting information. A very, very good example I would like to say is take up Clash of Clans, right? I'm not sure about you millennial guys, you youngsters, whether you guys are crazy on Clash of Clans. But when I was studying, when I was actually young, age like you, so I was very much crazy about this Clash of Clans. There are a lot of different Android programs and Apple programs are available where we download it, and we will definitely do, sign up for those games and battles and all. We would love to do those. It's really fun, but behind the scene, what is happening? Those games are free of charge. Obviously, certain things that you need to buy, that is secondary, but the preliminary part is free of charge. So if something is free, everyone will be open for that. So what is happening behind the side is they're collecting the information. They're getting the information about my mobile number, my age, my country of residence, my address, my real address, right, man, my email address, and pretty much a lot of heavy information. They are collecting it and they're selling it to the marketers. Simple as it is, they're pretty much selling it to the marketers. There are a lot of startups that have happened. They are just on a front-facing environment. They will be showing you a lovely different product, and it is free of charge for you. It's a digital product though, so you will be enjoying the product. But behind the scenes, your information will be extracted, and it will be given to the marketers, so that the marketers can come back to you and they can actually try to brainwash you to use their product. So I'm really concerned about that. Where is my information? What are the information? I'm losing it, and who is having access to my information? There is a lot of stuff I want to worry about that. So when someone comes to you and asks about, cybersecurity, what is cybersecurity, first of all? What is the fuss is about? According to me, cybersecurity is nothing but it's just a practice. No one can come to see you and say, my infrastructure is completely secure. No one can come to you and say, my mobile is unhackable. No one can hack my mobile. They can't say like that. 100% they cannot say like that. Recently, 1 week before what happened, SolarWinds. Some of you might have heard about the SolarWinds, one of the industry leading network monitoring system. A small manipulation on the patch on the SolarWinds has impacted 10,000 companies, including 143 companies in Sri Lanka. Just 1 or 2 weeks before this happened, including the company which I was working for. Right? So it's a small thing. So anything can be breakable. Anything can be breakable. You need to have a consistent watch on what you have and who is having access towards your data. By concerning that, I would like to say cybersecurity is nothing but just a practice. All you can do is practice. You cannot eliminate it. So it's just a practice of protecting all the information of yours and the network and the system infrastructures. The two things which comes to my mind when someone comes to me and talk about cybersecurity, one is access, another one is the data, which is very simple to say. What kind of data I have and who has access towards that? I have a lot of data. I have my name, I have my digital signatures, I have my email IDs, I have my NIC card number, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of different data I have, which are digitally can be usable. I may have online mobile accounts, online banking accounts, a lot of different accounts that I have. The second thing I need to worry about is, okay, I have this much amount of data. Who has access towards that? I do know that most of you people are hosting your, websites on the Google domains. Most of you guys are using, Dropbox or maybe any third-party storage solutions. Yes, that is safe. I'm not just going to blame that. That is safe because even I'm just using, a Google Drive. But, I need to worry about, how much sensitive information I'm just uploading. How to upload it. How can I protect those information? What is encryption? What is hashing? How can I use those information? That kind of awareness need to be there on your side, right? So that is the main focus of our discussion today. So data and access are a couple of things I just wanted to really say about it. Then comes the main pillars of the cybersecurity. You know that when it comes to IT, it is a massive field, and cybersecurity was part of an IT way back in the days, way back in the days. But now it has been given the similar respect to IT. It has been extracted from the IT. It is treated as a separate domain. That is the reason a lot of fancy job opportunities have been, advertised right now. CISO. So way back in the days, C-suite positions will be either CEO, Chief Executive Officer, or COO, Operational Officer, or CFO, or something like that. So now you can see there's a lot of fancy other things like CTO, Chief Technology Officer, CIO, Chief Information Officer, CISO, Chief Information Security Officer. So these things are because they have popped up just because they started to give the level of respect towards the cybersecurity. Because it's really picking up, especially after this COVID situation. You can go to the top jobs portal and just have a look at it. There will be a lot of job opportunities, right from the junior level to the senior level. A lot of opportunities are there. I would like to split the cybersecurity technical domain into 3 different pillars. Obviously, there is a managerial domain where people get together, write the policy to protect the information security and a lot of different stuff. But when it comes to technicality, there are only 3 different pillars. One is infrastructure security. This is where the firewalls, intrusion prevention systems, the detection systems, the proxies, the load balancers, and all the fancy devices comes into play. The people who are studying about, for example, the famous exam, what is that, CCNA or CCNA security, CCNP security, load balancing exams, blah, blah, blah. Those kind of stuff, they are coming under infrastructure security. How exactly that you will be able to secure your infrastructure. The third point here is a web security, which continuously actually dealing with the websites. There are millions of websites available, and daily there are thousands of websites which is popping even in Sri Lanka. Everyone is creating a website. There are WordPress websites, Joomla. There opportunities yours. There's a lot of websites which is coming every day. How exactly we can safeguard those websites? For example, I was talking about the top jobs and the information security carriers, right? So have a look at it here. So how many information security job openings are here? Have a look at it here. And there are a lot of job openings are there. Within 1 or 2 weeks, there is about 8 to 9 opportunities, and these are very high, well paid. When I was talking about the security of this particular website, I was really, really disappointed to see that this particular website is sometimes it's not getting much secure. So let me go and open it here on the Firefox. Let me show you that. So let me open up a Firefox for you. We go for the top jobs portal. It's a beautiful website. Half of the Sri Lankans are going to this website every day, but have a look at it here. They haven't properly implemented the security to this website. Any information that you are transferring through this website is going to be unsecure. Right? There are ways that people can actually capture the data, maybe on the plain text format or encrypted format, whatever the thing it is, but it is not secure at all. So top jobs need to make a leap on that. And you guys, it's your responsibility to go and have a look at it and try to respond to this, kind of vulnerabilities. You have to educate those, people who are having such kind of a website. You go to Sri Lanka police and you just, if you're trying to see the level of cyber incidents reported, surprisingly, it's a surprise, it's about 10 per year. But that is not at all true. There are so many cyberbullying happening in Sri Lanka. So many phishing attacks are happening in Sri Lanka, phishing mails, bombs, a lot of different things are happening in Sri Lanka. But why it is not properly documented on the Sri Lanka police? Because it is a mistake of me and you. Why? We are not telling it. We don't have the guts to go and, lodge a complaint, or maybe we are not worrying about educating the others about this. So those things that we need to change it. We need to have that ability to change it. Okay. So let me go back to what I was speaking. Yes, so that is website security, web and web application securities. We need to analyze the vulnerabilities and we need to report it and we need to submit it and get it resolved. That is web application securities. A lot of companies are actually hiring people who can do this job in order to secure their web infrastructure, because in most of the cases through the website, there are chances that people can get into the backend server and try to attack the server, and they will be able to, snatch a lot of different details. In 2019 November, you might have heard about one of the famous leading universities in Australia, which is ANU, Australian National University. Go to their website and try to find a phishing attack detailed incident report. You will be surprised to see how exactly a phishing attack happened, and that even caused issues with the Australian government, because ANU was crafting a lot of policies for Australian national universities. Even that got affected, and a lot of digital signatures got changed, and a lot of disruptions and comedies happened on there. That is because of a simple phishing attack. Australian national universities and the professors in the universities are the ones responsible for that. The initial attack foothold is through an Australian professor. He was a double PhD professor. So imagine the level of weakness that we have in our society. In order to eliminate that, cybersecurity has a different pillar called a web application security. Then comes the second one, which is called application security, the most hottest cake in 2020, I believe in 2021 as well, which is a newborn baby. And there are pretty much no people available in Sri Lanka who can do this job. I know there are a couple of companies, very gigantic companies, hiring people from India to cater these job opportunities, because they're ashamed and they don't want to, expose to their clients that we don't have people for that. Who is responsible for that? Me and you. Why? We are not taking this field very seriously. So application security is a beautiful product where you develop a code, and the code itself can defend himself. Any kind of an attack. It could be a denial of service attack. It could be a phishing attack, or old legacy SQL injection attack. Any kind of an attack, the code himself, he can defend it. So you don't need to buy a lot of, firewalls and all those fancy devices in order to protect your infrastructure. Your code itself can protect it, right? So we are seeing that one in the movies, but trust me, this field has already started in 2019 and 20, and now 21 also is going to go. So these are the three main pillars. Then a couple of links I would like to say, because we were talking about how secure is our infrastructure is. So these are the couple of links that I wanted to talk about. One is, most of you guys, you might have already heard about this link, which is called Have I Been Pwned? So let me try my email ID over here, which is fancy one anyway. I just created, 1 week before just for testing. Obviously, I know there is no poundage found on this particular email because I haven't used this for a very long time. And then let me try my official email address. Let me try that. So there you go. It's pretty much protected as well, right? But in certain cases, when I was, teaching this one to the students, when I was trying the students' email ID, I was observing a lot of email IDs were actually compromised, and the website was showing you that it is not safe. It is telling your email ID is pwned. So when we were trying to, investigate the solution, we found out the particular person who was registering to the green card. There are a lot of fake green card websites that are available. We just go and register it. Right? Some of us will not be able to identify which is the authentic site, and we will go and register on the bogus sites. What will happen behind the scenes? Those websites owners, they are not going to hack into you. They are not going to waste their time, stealing, your cookies and stuff like that. They're not going to do that, but they will collect your information, a massive amount of worldwide information, millions of people's information. They will collect it. They will sell it to the marketers. So if your email is available in such kind of a database, then definitely this particular website will show you that. So we need to have this kind of a, knowledge of how we can check whether our email ID got compromised or not. In case if you have already registered with some of the suspicious areas, it's always better you just change your email ID or maybe talk to the Google and get the proper resolution on it. The second thing I just have observed is the password. It's really funny for me, including me. I have the habit of having the password of 8 bits, not more than that, 8 bytes, I should say, 8 bytes password. It's very rare to find a person who has about 10 or 11 or 12 bytes password. For example, the password is very strong. For example, let me type Apple, right? Apple is a password. It's a very simple password that you can see it can be breakable instantly. Right? There are people, they are running businesses called a brute force attack, which is nothing but collecting a gigantic amount of passwords in a file and trying to, match the password with your username one by one. And one day they will succeed with one kind of a password. Let me show you such kind of a tables. You go to Opcrack and type tables. You will be going for the SourceForge page. Just click that and you can see there are some XP tables. I'm not worried about that. But when you scroll down, you will be seeing some gigantic tables. You can see it here. Obviously, this is Vista, but this is supporting Windows 10, Windows 8, and Windows 7 as well. And you can see it is 2.3 terabytes. You know that if you write about 1 million passwords, that will give you about, let's say, 5 MB. 1 million passwords will cost only 5 MB in a file, in a text file. So imagine 2.3 terabytes mean how much passwords are there. It will take gigantic amount of a time for you to break through. This is 100% working technology. Brute force will definitely break the password, but the only problem that you're going to face is the time. It's going to take much amount of a time. So if you are trying to break a password, which is Apple, let's say, it will break very instantly. And there are people, they have the habit of using ant miners. Let me tell you what is ant miner is. These devices are graphical power devices. You know the difference between CPU and the GPU, right? Most of us are really choosing CPUs instead of GPUs. I'm not talking about the gamers. Those kids, they would love to do the gaming. They are choosing a GPU. But what will be your GPU, first of all? 8 GB, 60 GB, okay, 32 GB NVIDIA. That's going to be too much costly. But again, look at this Antminer. This can provide you 120 GB GPU, right? So if you can make a rig like this, right, multiples of GPUs like this, your password can be broken. I mean, already your password called Apple is instant, but if you are using this kind of a thing, it will be even a nanosecond. Now let's try something, a heavy password. Let me use a password like this. Because we all know, every small kid know the password need to have a small complexity. So let me try something like 1, 2, 3 at ABCD, where A is capital. So in this case, I'm just having numbers, special characters, lower alpha, higher alpha, all those things I have. So let me copy this wonderful password and let me go and put it over here. You see that? One day. That is for my PC. I don't have much GPU. I have about 2 GB graphic card and about a 32 GB RAM and i7. That's it. That's a very small laptop, a very small PC. But if you are having something like this one day will become 1 minute. So let me go and make it a little complex, right? So because this is uniform, right? A, B, C, D, I don't want that to be there. So let me make it A, T, X, something like this. And here also, I wanted to introduce, instead of 2, I'm going to put a dollar symbol, right? So this is a little complex password. So let me go and put this and see how long it will take. You see that? Still, it is 1 day. You see that? So that is definitely, the 8-bit password. If you are using it, you are going to be, even with a smaller laptop, I will be able to break your password for 1 day. It's a matter of me dedicatedly allocating a password on a Friday night. On Saturday night, your Facebook password is mine. Right? But now let me show you, if you introduce one more digit, you see that? the complexity goes to 4 months. If you see one more digit, you see that it is 23 years. Still, I will live for 23 years. So let me introduce a couple more. Look at that. So if you are using an 11 or 12 digits password, the complexity of breaking the password is extremely kind of impossible, right? But for people who are crazy enough to do something like this, then, do something like this, I don't know. But other than that, for a normal person, breaking a password worth of 11 or 12 bytes is quite complex, right? So that is my suggestion for you guys. Do not use the 8-bit password. 90% of the Sri Lankans are using that. 𝗟𝗏𝗃, we were suggesting the 𝗟𝗏𝗃 to go and do the survey on this one. We are suggesting the SLCert to do a survey on this one because password breaks are everywhere. 85% of the attacks are starting from breaking the password. So this is very most important for us to understand this. Always have a habit of these strength checkers when you wanted to do something with the passwords, guys. Right? So that was the couple of things I wanted to discuss on the very first thing. Then comes the current trends and threats. We already know on a theoretical level, you can see on the left-hand side, there is a lovely little world map is shown there. You can see there are 3 categories, right? This is a 2020. Actually, we need to wait for about a year to find the statistics of 2021. So majority of the attacks are getting started from countries like Russia and the neighboring countries, like, can see Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, whatever it is. I cannot pronounce those, quite difficult to pronounce it. But it's an Eastern Europe kind of a countries, I believe, right? So those countries are the one really topping up, doing the attacks, and the other countries are being the victim. Look at the third category. Our beautiful Sri Lanka is actually on the targeted region, but no one is, targeting. I mean, it's not coming under targeting country. It's only on the Asian region. It's pretty much a couple of things. One is people who are living inside the Sri Lanka is not doing much attacks. Okay, that is a good thing. We are diplomatic. The second thing I would like to say is no one is targeting, but that is not true. There are a lot of people, they are targeting us, but we have no idea to identify how the target is. We have no knowledge. We have less knowledge of identifying the target and reporting the target and make sure it has a statistical data. And on the right-hand side that you can see, this is again a 2020 statistics. And you can see on the corner, it is APAC, Asia Pacific region. That is where we are falling into. The 5 topmost categories are explained to you. The mobile, the crypto miners, the botnets, the banking sectors, and the ransomware. You might have heard about the ransomware in 2020 and what happened to ransomware, what happened to SLT, right? Sri Lanka Telecom and the ransomware, a lot of companies, they lost the trust because of that. So ransomware is a kind of an attack, which what generally happens is it tries to encrypt your data, and you need to pay money in a Bitcoin through a Bitcoin wallet to find a reverse key, which they will promise they will give, but they don't, they will cheat. Only half of the data can be recovered. It's kind of a nasty attack, to be fair. Right? On top of that, you can see mobile. That is pretty genuine statistics, I feel, because nowadays, for a student or for a corporate guy, we all depend on mobiles. I could see that a lot of people are attending team meetings on mobile. Maybe this particular seminar, half of you guys are watching it through a mobile. So pretty much you don't like using laptops or PCs anymore. I do know that you would love to do stuff on mobile. There are a lot of stuffs are going on your mobile. If I steal your mobile, it's pretty much I'm stealing you. I get to know you. So that kind of a situation. So everyone knows that that is the reason they are going through the mobile attack. You can see 35% of APAC is affected by the mobile. There comes the crypto miners, which is a cute little attack according to me. Why I'm telling it is cute is because crypto miners are something which steals not your information. They don't worry about your information, which steals your resources, right? So in order to produce some Bitcoins, what they will do is they will take a portion of your CPU, they will take a portion of your RAM, and that will be reporting to a mothership of the attacker, and he will be making use of those CPUs and the RAMs in order to solve complex questions on the Bitcoin pool to earn Bitcoins. They call it as hash rates, and a lot of different fancy names are there. But crypto miners is also a very famous kind of an attack. And pretty much it looks harmless to you because it's not going to steal anything from you, but it slows down your PC. It definitely slows down your PC. And look at the botnet, which is nothing but the zombies. Because if I cannot simply attack a website, for example, if I wanted to attack SLTC website. So let's say I'm a very disgruntled student from SLTC. I wanted to make the website go down. So I'm simply sitting and, using, there are a lot of different tools available, guys. You can go for 𝗟𝗏𝗃𝗃. DDoS, distributed denial of service. Right. So this is a beautiful tool. This is a beautiful tool which generally helps us to, which anyone to attack any different target. I'm not teaching you to attack it. I'm just telling. So there is one more thing called LOIC, right? I'm just telling you for information, guys, right? These are some of the freely available tools, surprisingly, right? Freely available tools for you to attack it. But the problem, if I'm trying to attack SLTC alone, SLTC has a massive beefy framework, right? So probably their website is hosted on a massive server or maybe on the cloud. So me with my tiny little laptop trying to attack is pointless. So what I will do is I'll try to create an army of zombies by creating something called botnets. In a little while, I will show you how easy for you to create a botnet. You don't need to have a programming knowledge. You need to know the right tool which can create a botnet for you for free of charge, right? But again, I'm just telling you again, right? I'm not showing you these things for you to do a offensive attack. I'm just showing you for an education purpose. So like this, this is what generally the attacks are actually happening, and we should be aware of it. So have a look at these, a couple of threat maps. Checkpoint is the world best firewall I have ever heard in my life. For a very long time, Checkpoint was there as the first rank firewall, right? So now the second rank would be Palo Alto. Then comes the famous Cisco. It goes like that. So Checkpoint is actually producing some, live threat map. At least they are claiming. You can see on the green color, the count is actually increasing, which is nothing but the attacks which is happening every day. So how they are collecting this information? They are collecting it through the Checkpoint antiviruses, or maybe the Checkpoint firewall solution, the threat hunting solution. From there, we can see, a lot of different attacks. It's actually showing from where it is originating and where it is leaving and all. Our beautiful little Sri Lanka is sitting with doing nothing, right? He's not attacking. He's not getting attacked. That's really lovely for us to watch it. That may be a reason because in Sri Lanka, Checkpoint is not famous, right? So here on the left-hand side that you can see, what kind of an attack is happening. Red color means malware, ash color means phishing, and the yellow color means exploit. You can see a lot of reddish over there. That means the malware is getting the most famous type of an attack in the world. A lot of people are creating malwares. There are something called polymorphic malwares. Way back in the days, someone is creating malware, and the malware will have a signature, and it will try to attack your system. And when you have an antivirus, the antivirus will break the signature, and it will try to block the malware. But nowadays, the malwares are having polymorphic, the characteristics, which means every second or maybe 1 or 2 seconds, the behavior of the malware changes. It changes the behavior. It definitely behaves like a different person in every 2 seconds. It's very difficult for an antivirus to quickly catch the behavior and try to block it, because when antivirus is suspecting a particular service, when it is trying to block the service will be already blocked, and some other service will be started, and the malware, it will change the location. It's very tricky and very intelligent malware. We call it as polymorphic malware, a person who changes his attitudes every time, right? So that kind of a malwares are available nowadays. So it's definitely malware is being the top-notch attack solution over here. And since I was telling that Sri Lanka is sitting very pretty over here, that is because, Checkpoint is not a famous product in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is, for some reason, is going behind Cisco, right? So that is the reason that you are not seeing much information over here. So now let me close this and show something which we Sri Lankans are really fond of, which is Kaspersky. A lot of people are using Kaspersky. There you go. It's showing Russia straight away as an attack. Anyway, so that a lot of us are using Kaspersky, and Kaspersky is very famous over here. So let me go and scroll it and find Sri Lanka here. So there you go. Look at this. This is India. There you go, the pretty Sri Lanka. So let me click my Sri Lanka over here. You can see the statistics, which is the 26th rank. Sri Lanka is the 26th rank of the most attacked country. Whoa, that's a big news. We are a small country, but look at the rank, which is 26th. That's good. Okay, so let me go for more details. And it actually gives me a little bit more details about what's happening to Sri Lanka when it comes to the cyber attacks. So you can see the last week's statistics. It's kind of up and down. But anyway, you can see here, these are the kind of an attacks which is actually happening with the percentage. It's trying to explain it to us. You can go through this website and analyze a little bit more. You can even see in the world what is happening. Afghanistan being the the topmost attacked country, I mean the victim country, right? Not the attacker. Attacker is obviously, you know, that it is going to be the Russia, and now it's going to be, you know, look at these Laos, Ethiopia, pretty much. I don't know why people are targeting these countries anyway, but you know, that's happening anyway. So we can get these details. Pretty much this is free of charge, and you know, so what is the point? You can see, you know, how the threat hunting is happening according to this threat map. So this is what is a threat map, and these kind of tools that we should be aware of, and we should have a very good understanding on what's happening throughout the world when it comes to the cybersecurity attacks. Let's slowly move on to the next portion, which is a very interesting portion called dark and deep web. There is a very famous saying that people would love to say, that if I go to Google or if I go to internet, I get everything I want. You wanted to study networking, study free classes of networking. You wanted to study hacking, go for it. You want to study programming, go for it. Study marketing, go for it. If you want to start a business, how to start a business, you can go and get it. So like that, pretty much everything is actually achievable in Google. I do know that I'm not blaming you guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm also, I did the same. I'm just openly telling, how are you guys doing assignments? Yes, your answer would be Google. So without the Google, there is no programming. Without the Google, there is no one will pass the assignment. It's pretty much going to be the tough. You know, that much information is there on the Google, but surprisingly, the information we are talking about, that much information is only about 5% what the world has. We are exposed only with the 5% of the information. The Google can show you only 5% of the information, which is a sad truth. The remaining 95% is hidden. No one will be able to view that. It's extremely hidden. So look at that. It is called deep web. People like NASA or, you know, Harvard University or Stanford or MIT or whoever it is, they are dealing with the massive research projects, or some organizations like, you know, medical or whatever it is, you know, those organizations, they do not want to expose the data to the general public. They will be hiding those data. They will be creating something called intranet, not internet, intranet, and giving access to those required people only to access those information. Remember, I was telling, unlike me, everyone worries about what data they have and who has access towards that. That is extremely, extremely, extremely important for us to worry. So that is how these massive organizations and maybe militaries, I don't know, they are keeping this deep web as a secret. However, out of this 95% deep web, there is 1% is called as a dark web. We do have access to the dark web, but we have to use our sophisticated tools in order to get access to the dark web. Everything which is happening in the dark web is extremely bad and kind of illegal. I'm not telling it is legal, I'm not telling it is illegal, but it is kind of not welcomed. So that is what is called as a dark web. So you can see here what is happening. The main thing which is happening on the dark web is illegal drugs. The people are buying drugs which boost their knowledge. People are buying drugs which gives them some fun, right? Cocaine kind of stuff, right? Or, you know, cocaine is, you can buy it anywhere nowadays, but, you know, something which is even bigger than that, they are just trying to buy. You know, those kind of drugs are available in the dark web. So that is the one, doing the dark web market. But apart from the non-drugs that you can see this purple color thing. So what is available on the dark web is, you know, fake money. You can go to the dark web by using this Onion browser. In a little while, I will show the Onion browser, but I'm not going to go for the dark web because unfortunately, it will show you some inappropriate pictures sometimes. So in the live, I don't want to go there. But anyway, you can use this Onion browser, or some people call it as a Tor browser. You have an Android version and Apple version for that one too. So you can use that one. It's free of charge again. So there are some people, they're trying to advertise themselves as, you know, fake money. That means you have to pay about $100 to get a credit card worth of $10,000. I don't know whether you can trust them or not, but it is getting advertised. Some people are advertising like, you know, we have an army of 10,000 zombies. So if you give me the website, I will try to do the denial of service attack and let the website go down. Right. So there are a lot of different things that are available. You can see fake IDs, fake password, pretty much, you know, child pornography, for God's sake, that is also there. And you might have heard about the red rooms where people can, you know, kill people, other people, they can torture the people. A lot of things are actually happening on the dark web. So you can freely go to the dark web by using a couple of tools. One is called the Tor browser, which is extremely a simple tool, or you can use an operating system called Tail operating system. In this case, you know, like you already might have known about the VPNs, right? So VPN proxies that we are using when Sri Lanka was blocking the Facebook during the bomb blast on 2019, we all used, these VPN proxies to access the Facebook. So this is what it is that you can see 𝗓𝗏, or there are a lot of different VPN proxies are there. This will definitely safeguard your identity, that is for sure, but it's only one hop away. So if you are choosing United Kingdom as a country, what will happen is your Sri Lankan IP address will be translated to a UK IP address, and then wherever you are going, it will look like you are coming from UK. That is the only benefit that you will get. But when it comes to Tor browser, it is a chain of, encryptions and the chain of IP changes you will be observing. So let me quickly go to one of my PC over here. I do have a habit not to use the Tor browser in my real machine. So this is my virtual machine over here. So I do have a lab of virtual machine, which contains all the attacking machines and the vulnerable machines and stuff like that. So one of my virtual machine, I'm just using it. It's a Windows 7 PC though. Here I have installed the dark web. So sorry, not the dark web, I've installed the Tor browser. It's really unfortunate for me to see that Tor browser is not starting. Look at that. So it's getting updated now. But anyway, give me a 1 minute, 20 seconds time. I didn't expect this Tor browser to be updated by now, but let's see. Okay, anyway, nicely he has already started. That's really good. So here that you can see there is no Google. You can manually go for Google. That's okay. But Tor is actually providing you something called DuckDuckGo, because you know that whatever the things that you are typing in the Google, which is getting tracked, which is getting saved, and people can pay money for the Google Analytics solution and get your information to market their products. However, when it comes to DuckDuckGo, or some people would pronounce it as DuckDuckGo, or whatever it is, this particular search engine doesn't save any information about you. So it's pretty much safe for you. But the only problem is you can use this one in your normal, not in the dark Tor browser. You can use it on your normal browser as well. But the only problem is we don't like the way it shows the results, because we are, subconsciously addicted to the way how exactly the Google is showing the search results. But it's the only problem. Other than that, this is really good. There is one more thing I would like to say is you just click this getting started button. And if you scroll down a little bit, you will be seeing something called a circuit display. And here that I can see my path. I'm just clicking over there. So it's going to show me a little path for me. It's very slow. In a little while, I will explain you why it is very slow. Because of these guys. You can see here, it is going through a multiple, proxies. There you go from my browser, which is available in Sri Lanka. This is going to a Finland IP address, and then a Netherlands IP address, and then Germany, and a couple of other relays. And finally, it is going to this website, which I'm trying to go. In the dark web that you can observe, all the websites will have .onion extension. But you can go for a facebook.com, no problem at all. By default, the dark web is actually .onion extension. And the funny part is you can actually change this circuit. You can see here, this circuit, you can change it again. This will take a little slowness because of the hops. It goes through a massive hops. You can see now it's Germany and things are gone. Some new different proxies are given to us, like, United States and Sweden. You can keep on changing it, right? It's up to you. It takes some time. There you go, Finland, France, and Poland. One more time, just for fun, I'm just clicking it. You can see again, Germany, United States, whatever it is, right? You got the idea why this is extremely slow, and you got the idea this is more secure when it comes to hiding your identity, but I'm not telling it is 100% secure. So if you are trying to do, a bad thing by using this Tor browser, don't have an imagination. Don't think that you are not traceable. You are traceable, to be fair, right? But I'm just telling, this is a little bit more secure than your normal VPN proxy. Have a look at this side. There you are seeing a small, what we call a shield, right? So in this shield, that if you click it here, advanced settings, the shield gives you some ideas. When I click the standard one, you can see now it is completely empty. The shield is empty. Safer one, you can see it is half full. Say first, it is going to be full. So, if you want a fast browsing experience, if you are really looking forward for that, you can go for standard, but less security. If you want the middle, you can go for saver or whatever it is. So normally what people will do on this kind of a browsing environment, they will type, dark web wiki, and it will show you a lot of different results, which is .onion extension. You can click and go. In this live demo, I'm not going to show you that because it opens up a lot of inappropriate pictures. sometimes, right? So you got the idea. The go for Silk Road, that is one of the very famous website in dark web, and you can explore a lot about the dark web in this one. So Tor browser is one of beautiful solution for you to go and explore a lot about the dark web, guys. Showdown is another beautiful, invention. I would say we are really aware of, Google. We are aware of what we call Bing search engine, or some people would be knowing Yahoo. He's kind of dead. He's in his deathbed now, but still he's alive, right? He's still breathing. So, but normally we are actually, fond of Google and what Google is doing, right? And there are many other browsers are available, guys. For example, let me show you this. You can see Showdown is one of a specific browser which is helpful for all the pen testers, penetration testing people. Census is one more, and like that, there are a lot of different browsers are available. Not browsers, sorry, their search engines are actually available. And so you will be able to utilize these search engines. So now onwards, you guys are aware of cybersecurity, so you should be knowing these things. You can see which is a kind of a solution which gives a vulnerable Internet of Things devices. For example, let me go for the Showdown over here. You can see what's available on Showdown. Just watch out for this blinking red color thing. Refrigerators, power plants, you can see buildings or Internet of Things devices. All those things can be captured, and generally Showdown will have its own on script which run the scripts and try to identify all the vulnerable devices and try to list down the devices for you. There you go, some webcams is also available. So you can type anything that you want. For example, I love to type Sri Lanka and see what kind of a Sri Lankan Internet of Things devices are vulnerable according to Showdown. This is not the complete list, but you can see here. There are many different devices. I'll have a look at it here. A device from Sri Lankan Telecom. Look at that. Sri Lanka has about 530 vulnerable devices as of now. So look at this one. So this is a Sri Lankan IP address from Sri Lankan Telecom. It's being used in 𝗂𝗘𝗘. You can see it is provided by SLT. And the funniest part is it is showing the name of the person who has configured, or maybe the owner, and is giving the serial number and the Cisco model number. These two information, as I used to tell to everyone, these two information is very critical, guys, right? So if I know your serial number and your Cisco model number, I can call the vendor and try to give the serial number and the model number and say, I have forgot my password, so could you please reset it? There is a good chance that you will get the reset. There is a very good chance that you will get the reset because you are providing the serial number. If that is not the case, you can click this one again, right? So you can see here, you can see more details about that particular devices. And one of the things that I could see is the port which is opened up. So in this case, which is 23. So 23, if you are coming from a networking background, you will definitely understand what is this 23 means. Let me show you a database of ports over here. You can see there the total of 65,000 ports available in the world. Out of that, the 23 is one of the ports. They call it as Telnet port, which helps you to remotely log into any devices, especially routers, switches, or firewalls, and load balancers and stuff like that. And on the right-hand side that you can see here, the details. There are so many vulnerabilities reported on the port. It's a very bad port with most highest vulnerabilities available. So by using any of these vulnerability, you can definitely try your level best to log into this device. And pretty much I'm saying all you need to do is you need to go to your CMD, right? And what you have to do, you need to type telnet and this IP address with the port, hit enter, it'll ask for your password, right? So the password is nowadays not given by the Showdown. A couple of years back, they used to give the password for us, so we were having a lot of fun. But later on, everyone get to know about the Showdown. It got popular, and the government has restricted in U.S. government, the Congress, they have restricted the Showdown not to show the passwords. Only for the paid users, they will be showing it at a certain level. For free users like me and you, they're not going to show it. But we can use the brute force techniques. If you are really aware of how to do it, you will be able to get the password. Definitely this particular thing is vulnerable. I'm pretty sure that he's going to keep the default password or default. There's a good chance. There is the list of devices available here. Out of this 500, at least one device that you will be able to log in if you are patient enough to test it one by one. Right, so that is Showdown that you can try anything that you want. For example, you can try traffic lights. All the Internet of Things that you will be able to try over here. So this is, there you go, that is traffic lights. You can see here, there are a lot of traffic lights in Czech, what is this? Some country, I don't know, Czechia. and Germany, a couple of traffic lights are actually available as well. So they are also vulnerable. So let's click and see what kind of a port they have. So let me click that one. I will be able to see some vulnerable ports. There you go. He is the cousin brother of port number 23, which is 21. If you wanted to see that, if I click that, he is also having a lot of vulnerabilities, guys. That is called file transfer protocol, FTP. Again, that you can see this guy has a list of vulnerabilities, a little bit more than what Telnet has. So definitely by researching all these vulnerabilities, we will be able to exploit this particular thing. If you are knowing what is these ports are, definitely I can say this is a mail server protocol. What is a mail server doing with a traffic light? If you are allocating a service for the traffic light, you're not supposed to do a mail. Are you sending any mails to that? So definitely it's a bad configuration. So they need to have a proper awareness of these things. They don't have it. So that is the reason their website or their whatever the thing IP address is getting displayed here as a vulnerable stuff. There is a lot more things available here. You can go for explore, and you can definitely see there are many webcams or netcams are available, and passwords with default usernames and passwords. A lot of stuffs are available, but you need to be extremely patient to have a look at these things. For myself, I have used a couple of Google Docs to find certain things so that I will be able to show you. Look at this is one of the freely opened up a webcam, right? So this is one thing. So looks like this is kind of on a freeze mode. I couldn't see any leaves or something shaking. So looks like this is kind of maybe fixed. I think so. So let me try this one. So this is actually a Google Doc. We need to be very patient in order to get some results on this, right? So I was getting some results from the Showdown itself. So let me see. Let me click this one and see what this generally has. So this looks like a garden, something they have mentioned it. And sometimes we will be able to control the camera as well. Look at that. This camera also can be controlled, so we are able to even turn the camera. We can see what's happening on the camera, top and up and all. It looks like a pond with a lot of fishes and stuff like that. This is available. So like that, there are a lot of different other things also I have provided here. So these are some of the open cameras, but where no one has actually properly configured. So Showdown has millions of these. We need to go one by one and we can have some fun. So one day I found a jail as well. So there are people, there were no people actually, but it's a jail, a dog's kennel. There's a lot of different things that I was able to find it. Census is again a similar product, but it is a paid product that we need to go and we need to buy this service in order to get some useful information. So however, when I was trying this one with the free version, it's giving me only a very basic details, right? So I can type my public IP address here, where you can find it over here. You can go to Google and you can type what is my IP. It will be showing you a public IP address, not the private one. So obviously it is showing you the IP version 6. Here you can see the IP version 4, because look at that. That is my public IP address. So I can copy that, and I will be able to paste it over here, and I can check what more details I will be able to get. I do know a very limited information is showing here. It is showing my location, it is showing my the autonomous system number, and it is pretty much showing what kind of service that I'm actually getting from Dialog. However, this one is the most important part, but this I need to pay money in order to do that. But I just wanted to tell you the Census is also a similar search engine for Showdown, but Showdown is very famous because it gives a lot of details for free, right? But unlike Census. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is the softwares, right? There are many softwares or many hardwares available. One of the famous software distribution that everyone loves to go for is Kali Linux. So there you go. So there are Kali Linux is available. So this is the 2020 version of it. There you go. If you click over here, if you go to applications, there are many different applications that are available. There are so many applications. I will be able to show you in a lovely manner with a different version of the Kali Linux. That's quite easier for me to show because that is the older version, though. It is 2019 version. Here, if you click the application, look at this. So these are the kind of tools that we are having on the Kali Linux. If you click it here, again, there are a lot of different tools. So the total number of tools that Kali Linux is having is around 400. There's around 400 tools available with this Linux distribution. All the tools are used for attack, and it's free of charge for you, right? And moreover, there are many other distributions that are available. You can see here, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is one of the famous distribution. The people who are looking for a pretty terminals and pretty stuff, you can definitely go for it, and which is pretty much focused towards forensics. For ethical hacking and penetration testing, it is Kali Linux. But if you want to go for a very challenging operating system for penetration testing, I would say you can go for the RenMax is one for malware analysis. And I would say Arch Linux, so Black Arch, which is not a Debian-based operating system, which is a little complex one, which has around 1,000 tools installed. The operating system itself is a 30 GB worth, where Kali Linux is about 4 GB. But Kali is very famous nowadays. Already 400 tools inbuilt, but if you're looking for a challenging one with 1,000, go for Black Arch, right? But I'm not suggesting that one for the beginners. There you go. And then on top of the Kali Linux, there are free, like GitLab and GitHub. These repositories are available for you to clone the other tools. So when you wanted to clone certain things, that you can go and you can clone it and get it done. Okay, so that's extremely important. And the most important part is it's extremely free. On the left-hand side that you are seeing some, this picture I have taken it from the internet though. But here, the one I like about this is from Hack5. I will be showing you the website in a little while. So there are a lot of hardware devices that are available. You can see the pineapple printed box that is called Wi-Fi pineapple. There is a Tetra version is also available, Nano version also available. So this is the bigger version. This has 4 antennas. This will definitely help you out to capture information from the wireless networks. Where, for example, when you go to the Majestic City shopping mall, and let's say that Majestic City shopping mall is providing you free, Wi-Fi access, all you have to do is, what you have to do is, pretty much you need to host the similar kind of an access point name. For example, have a look at it here. I'm also a fool in a way. I'm using a Dialog 4G, and you can see I didn't change the SSID name. I didn't change the name of this. So this is extremely important. It's a bad behavior. The same way, Majestic City also will have a wireless name, SSID name. All I need to do is, for example, let's say that I wanted to attack CyberHat. He's also joined in this group, right? So he's in the Majestic City, and he has already joined to the Majestic City access point. So what I need to do is, with this Wi-Fi pineapple, I need to follow him up a little bit. I need to, host the similar SSID with a stronger signal, and I can pull out an attack called deauthentication attack, which will make him to come out from the original access point, and his mobile phone will be searching for a new access point to associate. At that time, my access point will go to his mobile and say, hey buddy, I'm free of charge, would you like to join with me? And his cheap mobile phone will definitely join with me. In that case, everything will be free for him. He will be enjoying, he will be doing all the stuff, but all the packets will go through me, and I will take a decision whether I wanted to break it and see the information or not. So this kind of, there's a lot more attacks are available. This is also one kind of an attack. There are pixie dust, a lot of attacks are available. This Wi-Fi pineapple, unfortunately, TRCSL in Sri Lanka has blocked this. If anyone is having this Wi-Fi pineapple, it is a crime, and you will be subjected you'll be sentenced for a jail. Right, and there is a lot more is available over here. So you can go to the Hack5 website. Right, they are not shipping anything for Sri Lanka or any Asian countries except Japan. But if you have any friends, you can go and buy it, no problem at all. So there are a lot of different devices are available here, guys. The one famous device is USB rubber ducky, which steals information as a keylogger. Whatever the thing that you are typing, it will try to, record the information and send it to me over my mail. You can see that I will be able to get the information from the network itself. So that, let's say I'm going to the SLTC lab, computer communication lab, and somewhere on the corner of the PC, I'm just fixing this device and going out. So tomorrow there will be different batch, junior batch, senior batch, every batch will be going, and at least one guy will try to log into the Facebook if it is allowed. That information I will be able to capture. Or whatever the thing that he is actually logging, whatever the thing actually is doing, I will be able to do that. That is not only for that particular PC. If I'm using Plunderbug and trying to poison the network or the entire lab, the data, I will be able to capture it. If your lecturer is trying to prepare an exam or practical exam over there you go, you get the paper. Right, so there's a lot of different advantages that are available. You can see here the Wi-Fi pineapple is over here. A lot of different stuff. The one I'm personally love it is this oh my god cable. This is really a oh my god cable. Like this looks like an Apple charging cable for me. I do love to say they have an Android version as well. The problem is this cable has intelligence. So generally when it comes to cable, it's a dumb device, right? It just passes the power or data from one place to another place, and that's all. But this cable has intelligence. It has a chip inbuilt on it. So you will definitely have a friend. He will ask for a cable, whether you are a corporate user or whether you are a lecturer or whether you are a, a student or whatever you are. You will have a friend. He will come to you and ask, can I have a cable? There are people, they have that, mental thing. They will always ask for a cable. It's all, every day it is happening to me in my organization that someone will come and ask for a cable. There are numerous occasions I was searching for a cable. Definitely there are people coming and searching for a cable. At that time, you need to give this cable, right? You need to have both the versions, Android and Apple versions. According to his phone, give the cable. And the most funnier part is where you are going to charge it. How many of you are charging from the wall plug? I suspect only out of 500, probably about 2 or 3 will be charging from the wall plug. 98% of you guys are charging from your laptop. 100%, I can guarantee that 98% of you guys are charging from your laptop. If that is the case, it's a double shot. I will be able to get information not only from your mobile and also from your laptop if I'm intelligently programming this oh my god cable. These kind of stuffs are available in the world. Not only that, if you scroll down, there are a lot of different, RF frequency captures and yardstick and Bluetooth. A lot of different stuffs are there. There are devices available to capture the car door key frequency. Especially in Sri Lanka, we have a second-hand market giants. 90% of the Sri Lankan car owners are second-hand people. 70%, I'm just simply telling you a percentage, but I predict 70% of the Sri Lankans are using old cars, probably the cars before 2010s, right? 2010 car is also nowadays 4 million, 5 million. So I believe, 70% of us are using old cars which produced or manufactured before 2010. All the cars are having a vulnerability, and you are using those keys to open your door. That's stylish, I love it, but those keys for about this will cost you about probably $50. If I can get this thing, I can open your car. All I need to do is I need to stay somewhere near to you when you're opening. So when you press the button, there will be a frequency. It will go and unlock your car door. When the ray is going, I need to capture it. I need to find the frequency. I need to capture the frequency. If I can save it, if I can reproduce it, boom, the next day I can open your car when you are inside somewhere. So these things are actually doable. It's offensive. You will go to jail if you do it. But a lot of things are actually nowadays in the market, not for the attack, just for teach. These kind of things are there. So how many of you wanted to teach this to Sri Lankan government and ban all the old vehicles? I don't think none. Even if you do this, nothing will happen. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you this. These kind of things are there, right? So old things are old things. You need to get rid of it anyway. So there's a lot available, guys. This is one of the websites. There are so many websites available like this, right? Again, there are some prevention strategies I would like to talk about. It's pretty much, you already know that. So beware of the public Wi-Fi, because I have played a lot with the public Wi-Fi just for the sake of getting some data, not an offensive manner, on an educative manner. Especially with Java Long, we should thank them for giving the opportunity to do the free demo. So people are just clicking the things. I do know that. So when you're hosting a free Wi-Fi, so make sure that you are looking at a lot of different things. How many of you guys are really using an antivirus? I know that you are using an antivirus in your laptop, but how many of you are using it on your mobile phone? Do you really trust your Android security or iOS security? iOS is quite good. I accept that. How about Android? 70% of Sri Lankans are Android lovers, right? So how many of you are using old Android phones? And how many of you are really using a antivirus to those Android phones? I suspect it's very rare. So that's the reason so many attacks are getting successful. The reason is that. And we are having a habit of going into all the different kind of websites. For example, if I go over here, if I click it here, it should come, the connection is secure. Right? In certain websites, I have showed you in top jobs or certain websites, the connection is not at all secure. So that is extremely important for us to watch out for. So these are some of the things that you need to watch for, right? So that is very, very important for us. So that is one kind of a prevention strategy. And using the better passwords, I have already discussed to you about that. Recognizing the phishing emails. There are so many emails is really going on. There are so much emails are going on nowadays. Fake emails, fake mobile links. We are having the clicking mania. We are just viewing the emails. We are viewing the links available in the emails. And those things, we need to stop it. We need to have a proper idea on how exactly we can escape ourselves from these malicious emails and mobile links. You go to internet and try to find how to spot a fake email. There are many symptoms available. People will try to, urge you. They will urge you to, click for something, urge you to join for something. So do not trust them. If anyone is urging to do that, don't trust them. If there is a spelling mistake on the email, don't trust them, right? So, just go and look for the email very carefully to identify whether the email is really, really bad or not. There are certain websites available for you to identify the links as well. One of the famous website would be VirusTotal, VirusTotal. VirusTotal is a beautiful website. We are using this website for a lot of different things, even for a subdomain scanning. But here you can see, you can search. This is nothing but a combination of antivirus. So you are using only one antivirus, probably Kaspersky or Bitdefender or whatever it is, right? But VirusTotal is a combination of a lot of antivirus together, which gives you an idea. If someone produces you a phishing link, or if someone gives you a link on your WhatsApp group, if you are doubting about that one, whether to click it or not, the best way is to put the link over here and check it. If you are downloading a particular file, if you don't know whether the file is legitimate or not, just upload the file over here and check it to see what it has. So let me show you a small demo. Let me go to a malware place called Syrian malware. You see that this is one more thing, lovely thing, that normally the malware samples are not available for you for free. There are so many malware repositories available in this world, but they will try to ask you to join their, the committee. They will verify you, and then only they will provide you the malware. Look at the Syrian malware, it's free of charge. Look at this, there are only very less amount of a malware, but they are really, really, really highly respectable, right? Offensive one. Look at this Facebook web browser.exe. I don't know what it does, but I do know that this is a hashing of the malware. So I'm just clicking it here. I'm not going to download it, right? You can download the malware, but I'm not sure, even though it is zipped, I'm not sure whether it will get explode in my Facebook. It's explode in my PC. So here I'm interested in copying this hash value. This is the signature of the malware. I go to my VirusTotal. Let me go to search. Let me paste it here, hit enter, and boom, you can see here 69 antivirus are participating to provide you the information. 49 of them are telling it's a bad thing. So look at that. You might be aware of AVG, Bitdefender, 𝗖𝗺𝗪𝗀, CalmWin, the CyberReason. You can see some of our famous ones, 𝐶𝐵, a lot of different people, eScan, look at that. Kaspersky should be there somewhere down the line. So you can see all these people are actually participating on providing you the idea. So 49 of those things are telling that is a very bad signature. Do not try to download it. And if you can come down, you can see some of these people, probably they don't have a proper antivirus solution. So don't trust these solutions. It's a very harmful malware, but according to them, it is undetected. That means, they are unable to find whether it's a harmful or one. But anyway, majority of the antiviruses are telling it's a harmful one. Further, I'm using again a free version of it, but if you are using a paid version, you can even see what is the relationship, how exactly the malware is going to behave, and what are the different signatures it is going to have, and all the different things, like even the registry settings it is going to change, what are the DLL files it is going to open, what will be the flow chart, and everything can be viewable on this particular thing. You can see here the behavior. It gives you a lot of different things. It's going to open up all these DLL files here. It's going to write a system exe like this. You can see here how exactly this malware is going to behave. So this is one of a malware analysis tool. There are a ton available, right? But this is one. So this is quite nice. I always suggest you to go for this kind of a solution. It's free of charge for a certain limit, obviously, for you to check whether these URLs are really good or not. So you can produce fake URLs just like this. In a little while, we will try something like that, but it is doable, right? So always have a habit of, doing this VirusTotal kind of a thing, which will be very helpful for you. And, always make sure that you, update your security softwares. Most of us are having Windows Defenders and all those things, but you should use a legitimate operating system, and you need to have a practice of updating it, and don't post too much onto the social media. So nowadays, most of the organization, even in Sri Lanka, they are coming up with strict rules on employees not to post certain details. For example, let's say if I'm working for the network engineering department and I'm just posting with a new Cisco equipment called Cisco ISC, right? So there are people are doing it. So Cisco router. So I'll just put a post with the Cisco router telling we are deploying it today, or Cisco firewall, we are deploying it today. So that will, if someone wants to attack it, definitely they can attack it, because they know that now only you are deploying, they know the make and the model that you are deploying, and they can go to the net and search some vulnerabilities regarding that, and they will be trying to uploading it. So make sure, whether you are a corporate, whether you are a single person like me or you, make sure you post very little information on the media. This is a good question that I would love to ask. Think about it. How many of you guys are really changing your wireless name, including me? I told you I don't change it. 70% to 80% of the people, if you touch your heart and say you don't change the dialogue, router, it'll be dialogue 4G forever, right? And you can have something called a LastPass. Most of us are actually using a single password for all the different things, because we don't try to remember the password. It's very difficult for us to remember it. So that is why we are using a single password for most of the things. So instead of that, you can use something called a LastPass, where you can see here that I'm using it. I believe I forgot the password. I started using it. So later on, I felt it's a pain. Then I stopped using it. But I'm suggesting you to use it. You can download. It's a vault, password vault, where you will be able to save all the passwords, and you can have random passwords a lot. That's really good for you to have a look at it. Right. So let's move on to this one, the correct mindset, and what you have to learn and what you have to go through and stuff like that. So it's a massive thing, guys. In most of the organization, they have two teams. One is called blue team and the red team. They are always fighting together. That means the blue team are the people, they are trying to safeguard the infrastructure. Red team are trying to attack the infrastructure and provide some hints. This is still attackable. So it's blue team's responsibility to make sure the red team fails, and it is red team's responsibility to make sure the blue team fails. They always play with each other. So if you are a kind of a person who is learning about CCNA or MCSE, you belong to the blue team. If you are a kind of a person who is learning about ethical hacking and stuff like that, you belong to red team. You are an attacker. You are an offensive player. So that is what the red teaming means. So here I'm just putting some level 1, 2, 3 and all. Don't worry about that. I'm just talking about what are the different things that you need to know to get yourself really successful on a technical career when it comes to penetration testing or cybersecurity. Management is on the other side, which is entirely different. There are certifications like CISSP or CISM, CISA. There is a lot of certifications available, especially the CISSP is the toughest one and very reputed one. But when you hear that you guys are young, at this point, you can't go for that certifications, because they requires minimum 5 years of security experience, even to have an eligibility to apply for the certification. So now, being young, so you guys can really concentrate on the technical certifications, because you are young, you have all the new trendy skills, so you have to learn these things. So my basic idea would be networking. So without having a knowledge of networking, it's extremely difficult for you to concentrate and get yourself really up forward when it comes to this ethical hacking or penetrations and all. So networking is really required, and software scripting is also really required. You need to have a very good understanding on Linux and even Microsoft for a certain level, because still a lot of corporates, a lot of organizations are having Microsoft certifications. Further, you need to understand how exactly the front end and the back end of the web development happens. And a lot of scripting or low-level scripting, I'm just talking about right from the Python, Perl, Ruby. You can even JavaScript will help for a little while. But for AV evasion, antivirus evasion technique scripts that you want to script it, you better concentrate on low-level programming like Python, Perl, and Ruby. And then ethical hacking, it is considered as a very basic course. And you need to learn wireless penetration testing, Android or iOS mobile penetration testing. Then comes the digital forensics need to be learned. And you need to have a very good understanding on bug bounty. We will be talking about that one in a little while. On the right side, I have simply put some pictures of the famous certificates which industry is really looking forward for. CEH, the name itself is very fancy, but which is called Certified Ethical Hacking, but it is considered as a very basic level certificate from EC Council. And OSCP is from Kali Linux itself. Those who are really technical, the person who is interviewing, if he's really technical, he's going to look for an OSCP certification. The other people, HR and management people, they're going to look for the CEH certification. But my personal opinion would be like this. CEH, you have dumps. You pay about $100. You get all the free questions, memorize it, go and vomit it. You will pass the certificate. It's free. No, the dumps are $100. It's easy and it's doable. A lot of people are having CEH certifications, and the cost will be about $1,000. OSCP on the other side, it's extremely difficult. It is a 24-hour exam where you need to break 6 to 8 labs, and it's within 24 hours that you need to do it. You need to write the reporting, and it is also somewhere around $1,000. The exam would be, the cost would be, but it is very reputed. Very less people are having this certification. It's extremely difficult to pass also. On top that, you are seeing ethical hacking and forensics investigation. I'm not sure how good this is, but it's okay, kind of okay. But in USA and other people, even the love court or divorce court, they are calling people with these certifications, because forensics is gain an advantage over there. Even for a divorce, they are getting a report from the forensics. You know that, right? If you hack your girlfriend's mobile phone, you get to know about her. Or if your girl hacks your mobile phone, they get to know about you. So that is what is happening over there. They are hiring those kind of forensic investigators to get the social media details and other details about the couples, and they'll give a report, and that report will be considered by the judge in USA. That is the demand for this particular field. Unfortunately, in Asia, is still yet to come. So for the moment, I would suggest you, if you are really looking forward for a career, just go for a CEH if you have a good money, or go for an OSCP if you are looking for a challenge. So let me see here. Let me delete all those things. Let me go over here and show you this certification. This is the CEH certificate. This is from 𝗖𝐺 Council, right? So they are the one, they are providing a lot of different certification programs here, guys. Probably these are money-minded ones. I'm not pretty sure. Right, but the CEH is a fancy one where really, it gives you a good thing when it comes to what we call a resume that everyone will be looking for that. But on top of that, in order to earn money, they have provided a lot more certifications, but it's up to you to decide whether you want to go for it. And it's extremely expensive, guys, that you're going to learn all these things that you can see. WPA3, they are promising they will be teaching you that. You might be knowing that Sri Lanka is still with WPA2 when it comes to the wireless standards. So it is 100% breakable. So have it in mind. So if you know how to break WPA3, then it's pretty much the world is yours. It's your freedom to have your neighbor's Wi-Fi and no need to pay money for your dialogue, right? So you got the idea. There are a lot of different things. Just go for this website, see 𝗖𝐺 Council, and have a look at it and see how exactly these people are, providing the certifications and what is the course and stuff like that, right? So it's quite expensive, guys. On the other hand, I would like to see this OSCP. This is very challenging. I would say if anyone comes with this certification to my organization, if I'm the interviewer, I will take the guy without asking any questions. Probably I will try to test his English language and his politeness, and that's all. Technically, I will believe that he will be having a very good knowledge. This extremely difficult certification to achieve, and there is a lot more here that you can see here. On top of OSCP, there are many different things available. One certification specifically for malfunctioning the firewall, malfunctioning the antiviruses and all, and for wireless, and that is a lot. There is a specific track available for web, and there is something which is still under the construction. Right, so this is extremely difficult. This will be having honeypots and all for you to bypass, and passing this certificate is a next level game. Anyway, so these are some of the certificates that people are really looking forward for, and you need to have it on your arsenal when you are facing a challenge on your what we call a resume, especially nowadays after the corona. When this is the last pass, guys, okay, especially after the corona, when people have started searching for jobs, it's going to be an extreme tough for you to get into a career, because maybe one or two batches together they're going to apply. So you need to make sure you withstand as a separate person with the plethora of the resumes the HR is receiving. On top of that, I would always suggest you to, on top of earning the certifications, I will suggest you to get some hands-on experience. In order to get that, you can always go and volunteer yourself. Bug bounty hunting is one of the places where you can get some free experience, where you learn the bug bounty first, in a perfect way, and after that try to apply the knowledge on certain other websites available in Sri Lanka. I am not guaranteeing you the money, because Sri Lankans or any Asians, they are cheap. To be fair, a lot of people, they will just take your report, they will fix the bug, but they don't pay you. So that is the attitude that we have. But in Western countries, they don't do that. Most of them, they don't do that. But some people will cheat in this way. So don't get yourself motivated. At least you can ask for a letter, right? You can ask for a letter, an appreciation letter. For example, you are testing the commercial bank's new digital platform. So commercial bank is now, putting a lot of different digital solutions. So they have an online portal, they have a mobile application. Now recently they started some WhatsApp chat application. You can test those applications and you can come up with some vulnerabilities which is already associated, and you can write a report and provide it to them. Sometimes they will cheat you without paying any money. At that time you can go and ask, give me a letter, appreciation letter. I don't think they will cheat you for a letter because it's free of charge. They have to give it to you. So if they give it to them, if 4 or 5 letters, that will definitely be a very good add-on on your resume, right? So money is secondary. If they give, that's good. If not, you ask for an appreciation letter. Do it for all the bigger players. Do it for Uber. Do it for PickMe, or go for the Sri Lankanized companies. Don't go for Uber and all, right? Go for the Sri Lankanized companies. Go and do it for Kapruka. Go do it wherever that you want. Do it for SLTC. SLTC was having the sender policy framework vulnerability for a very long time. Now it is fixed. So like, do it like that. So you can get Pizza Hut. They are having, the sender policy framework vulnerability, which allows people to send mails from the SLTC domain or Pizza Hut domain. It's still available. Just go tell it to them. Ask them to provide you a letter. Or, those kind of things are extremely important. And always try to, go for a junior level position initially. Some people I have observed, they will complete the degree and just straight away jump into an engineer or senior engineer level. The expectation, the level of expectation the organization has will be very high, and they will try to, try to get most things out of you, and you will get frustrated. So during your degree, probably when you're on a second year or third or fourth year, right? So in that time, always make sure before completing your degree, at least have 1 to 1.5 years of trainee work experience. Go join somewhere and get your experience. Learn with the leaders. So once if you finish your degree, you need to be a plug and play player. Someone else should be coming to you and teaching you the stuff is not, not good. After finishing the degree I'm talking about. So doing the degree, get the thing done. So those are some of the ideas that I would like to give. And you can see here the trends to be watching in 2021. Cybersecurity is number 6, or one of the trends. You can see here a lot of red lines that I have put it over here. The third one, when you see, compared to 2014, in 2021, 350% hike was there on the cybersecurity ventures. So there are a lot of startups and a lot of talent crunches that have started. So there will be a lot of opportunities will be available. Look at everywhere there is a hike on 2020, 2024, 26. In whatever the aspect that you are looking, cybersecurity is on a hike. This is my personal opinion. In every 5 years or 2 or 3 years time, one particular technology will be a hot cake. A couple of years back, data center was the hot cake and cybersecurity was number 2. And big data was a hot cake and cybersecurity was number 2. People are talking about cryptocurrency as a hot cake and cybersecurity was number 2. Data science is now the hot cake, and I don't know when the new things, artificial intelligence or machine learning comes, data science will go down, or whatever it is, cybersecurity will be on number 2. So cybersecurity is like a consistent player. He will be staying on number 2, but for the number 1, people will come and go. I do not want to go for this come and go floating things. I wanted to stay on a very stable one, which is cybersecurity. You come and talk about data science, there is a security part inbuilt. You come and talk about Bitcoins, or you come and talk about cryptocurrencies, there is a cybersecurity inbuilt. You come and talk about whatever you want, cybersecurity inbuilt. Marketing, yes. Finance technology, yes. HR, yes, new platforms are available. We need to secure because HR is collecting a lot of sensitive information. Yes, cybersecurity has a platform. Health insurance or health pharmaceutical thing, obviously yes. You take what education, yes, obviously yes. You go whatever you do, cybersecurity is there. So the market will never go down. And you have a look at it here. There is obviously a lot of different hype on this particular thing. 92% of the managers, they say that cybersecurity experience is important. A couple of years back, HR will be HR. She doesn't know what is cybersecurity. She doesn't know what to click, what not to click. But now, after the COVID, even in my organization, they are hiring HR people with industrial experience. IT experience. They should at least have a bare minimum knowledge of cybersecurity, because every organizations are now afraid of cybersecurity. Especially on the COVID, I'm not sure how many of you are really aware of. Those who are coming from the corporate world, you know the pain what you have gone through. Recently, I was sleepless for about 1 week because of the SolarWinds attack. Not only me, 10,000 companies, those are the customers for the SolarWinds, everyone is sleepless, especially the network and security industry people. And 6 months before, we were again sleepless because of the ransomware attack. In the middle, there are small bites we were having. So these attacks are actually happening, right? It is not a theoretical discussion. It is a practical discussion. I'm telling you, it's seriously happening. If you are going to the IT field or networking or maybe a security field only, you will feel the pain. Other than that, you might not know. You will be thinking it on a theoretical way. But definitely the attack is there. There's a famous saying, when you go to your CEO and say, could you please allocate a 10% of your budget for cybersecurity, the CEO will scold you. Once if an attack is happening, 200% of budget will be allocated for you. That is the trend now. The attacks are happening. So any CEO is willing to put whatever the money they want to, because they don't want the brand reputation to be hurt. So that is the time for you to focus and market yourself and get a good income and whatever that you're planning for. On the career chart, I would like to say you can start with the IT trainee and you can go as an engineer, senior engineer, consultant, blah, blah, blah. But make sure you stick to the the technical platform for about 10 years and not more than that. It's quite difficult for you to compete with the youngsters 10 years younger than you, because they will be quite advanced than you, right? The knowledge they're going to have, the exposure they're going to have is extremely advanced for you than you, right? So definitely you always have to be on the technical background for about 10 years. And after that, you need to slowly shift your ship towards the managerial background. So that is what the plan is. You should have such kind of a plan. Okay, you can plan, okay, 2 years, I'm going to work as an engineer, and after that, senior engineer, like that. So if your current organization providing you the platform, after 2 years, jump for a different organization, demand for a higher salary with higher position. That's all. So that is what you need to plan for it. So now itself, you just look for it, right? If you are going for a path which doesn't have much value, then you can't demand it. If you wanted to do a demand, then you need to go for it. You can work as a software engineer for about 5,000 years to become a CEO, or you can work in a cybersecurity field about 20 years to become a CEO. It is up to you to decide it. Okay, and why you need to pursue it? Have a look at it here. By 2021, there will be 3.5 million unfilled jobs. That is true, and this COVID is adding a lot of kerosene to this, right? After the COVID, everyone is trying to look for some cybersecurity things. and the data breaches is expected is about 6.5 million US dollars. And then comes the bug bounty. So you can see this is the bug bounty program that I was actually talking about. 1 minute, guys. So this is the bug bounty program. So here I have listed some of the major players like Dropbox. You can see here Apple, Facebook. These people have already provided some links for you to go and have a look at it. You can find any bugs on their platform. For example, I have opened up a couple here for Intel. So these people have already provided some hints for us. So you have to report a vulnerability, where to report it, how to report it, and you need to use these public keys and all. They have provided you a proper platform. So when you find any vulnerabilities on Intel chipsets, or if any Intel related products, their websites or whatever it is, you will be able to, report the vulnerability over here. You can definitely report it and you will get rewarded. The same way for Uber, they have also provided you a lot of gifts. I mean, like a lot of platforms for you to report it. You can go for this uber.com or vault.uber.com. So they have provided, really looking for bugs on these particular platforms. So you need to go and look at bugs on these platforms and report it to them, and they will reward you with good cash. There are so many bugs available. There are bugs like SPF, there are bugs like OTP, there are bugs like CORS, HTML injection, cross-scripting. A lot of different bugs will be there. So depending on the bugs that you're finding, you will be getting rewarded, right? And these are a couple of websites, and you can see here There is a list of the other websites, the trustworthy websites I have put, and a couple of platforms for you to learn about the bug bounty. For example, HackerOne is one of the beautiful platforms. So go join yourself with the HackerOne, and you can go for these resources somewhere, company, I believe. No, why? Okay, on this way, you can see there is a course they are offering called Hacker01. Just go, it is free of charge. You will be able to learn how exactly that you will be able to do the penetration when it comes to the websites. So you can learn about that one. They are teaching you the capture the flag contest, and it's a very interesting course for you to get yourself started. And is it free? There you go. It is, yes, it is completely free. So these people will definitely help you get yourself started with the bug bounty program, and you can join them. And they have a list of customers, and for their customer products that you will be able to do the bug bounty. And there is one more place available called Bugcrowd. There are so many available. These are a couple, I just wanted to mention it. So you can go for these programs, and they are providing a lot of webinars that you will be able to view for that. And if you are really a beginner, I do not suggest you to go and watch for those webinars and all, because it will be boring for you. But once if you get into a little bit of cybersecurity, once if you get yourself with probably a second year or third year, at that time you just go and read or listen to these webinars. That will give you a very good idea. This is again free of charge. It will give you a very good idea on how you can position yourself in this industry. Right, so a couple of places. So that is what a bug bounty. It's definitely a wonderful place for you to get yourself started. Right, so those are certain things I'm just talking about. And finally, before finishing it, I would have to show you a couple of practicals. I'm not sure whether I will be able to show you all considering the time, but I will be able to show a little bit for you so that you get to see what I'm actually talking about. Right, so let me open up my let me show you what will happen with the WinRAR, and let me show you what are these malwares and all those things. Already you know that where to get a malware that is from Syrian malware. You have already got that malware now. So let me show you this one. So this is one of the things here you can download. One is Syrian malware. The second one, I would call it as the Zoo. You will be able to get this software free of charge in GitHub repository. It's free of charge for you. So you can clone it and you can install it. And for example, I have already installed it. You can see here the Zoo. And all I need to do is Python. Sorry. So you can see this is the file that I need to execute. That is a Python-based file. So I'm just going to copy and paste it over there. And that's all. It's very simple. I'm just using an existing repository, and I'm not doing any programming or coding or whatsoever. So this is the tool. You can type list all here, and you can see it has about 370 malwares. And you can see there are a lot of malwares available. On the left-hand side, you can see the ID of the malwares, and this is the name of the malware. Very nice little names. And this is the type of the malware. You can see most of them are virus. I don't like virus because they are like, they're not dangerous much. But you can see some ransomwares. Look at that. You can see botnets. I told you that you can create botnets for free of charge. Look at that. Exploit kits. You can see again malwares, sorry, ransomwares. And some couple of viruses we are not interested in. But here you can see you can create bots, you can create Trojans, and pretty much a good deal this one is, right? It's a very nice one because some, heavy offensive viruses that we are able to create it. For example, let's say I'm going to create it a 𝗏𝗏trap. 𝗏𝗏trap is one of the famous malware that I always used to create it. It is on 165. That is the ID. All you need to do is very simple. You need to type use and the ID number. You need to get it, and then you type get and hit enter. That's it. So you can see that particular malware is getting downloaded. And at the end, within a minute, it will come back and say a new friend is downloaded. There you go. There is a new friend is downloaded. So let me open up a new tab here. And when I type ls, that you can see I have already downloaded this one, but here is again, it got replaced. So I do have a ransomware created for me. It's free of charge. And I didn't use any of my programming languages, and no time, nothing. Within 2 minutes, it is created. You can even go and look at this malware. So let me go to the location where it is actually saved. Let me go over here to the computer. Let me go to the root, and I can see here, there will be a folder called the Zoo. Right, there you go. This is the folder. Here you go. This is the malware I'm talking about. So you can click this one. This is the exe file. I'm not going to click it because this is a very dangerous malware. This is a ransomware. I'm not going to call it as a malware. Obviously, it's a part of ransomware is a part of a malware, but this is ransomware. So what it generally does, it tries to encrypt all the files which I have. So in case if I send that ransomware to one of my Windows little machine, it will try to encrypt the entire machine. And there are two types of ransomwares available. One ransomware will let you go inside the machine, but you won't be able to view anything. Everything is encrypted. If you try to download an antivirus after the attack, it will not let you do that. But at least you can log into your machine. So that is one kind of a ransomware. This 𝗏𝗏trap is a different kind of a ransomware. Once 𝗏𝗏trap has come, then you won't be able to log into the machine. When you reboot it, there will be a green color skull will be coming and it will be asking money. So you need to provide Bitcoins through their Bit wallets. So then only you will be even get inside your operating system. So that is even more dangerous. So that is the reason I don't want to click it. But what you can do is you can transfer this one to your pen drive and just go and put it to your friend's laptop and have some fun. So that is very easy for you to create a malware. It's extremely easier one. Let's have a look at one more thing. So here, this is called a small, this in my classes, I used to show this one. So this is Android mobile, right? So I'm not sure about the architecture or no. This is a challenge on OSCP, as I told you. They will be providing you this kind of a challenges. So here on this particular thing, what they have asked is very simple. They said, if you can, log into this mobile and click a message, view a message. That is this challenge. You need to log into this mobile and view a message. Can you do that? Definitely not. Why? You don't know what is the password. You don't know what to type here to open this. So you need to attack this machine. You need to log into this machine and you need to get the password. It's very simple, actually, to be fair. So here, what I can do is, since this mobile is connected to the same network of my Kali machine, what I can do, I will be able to use certain tools in order to log into that. The very first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my terminal and I need to find the IP address of the person. So I can use something called NetDiscover, something tool like this. Do not worry about if you're not getting what are these commands that I'm typing. I'm just trying to show you the output, right? So I need to find the IP address of the person. So here that unnecessarily a lot of different machines are opened up. So it's pretty much a game that I need to play in order to find the IP address. I believe it is 226. So let me see. Give me a little time once if he finishes. So in the meantime, what I can do is I will be able to open up my browser here, right? And I can type it is 192.168.198.226. Right. So 226, this is going to be the IP address of my machine, I believe. Yes, that is the IP address, but here still he's still searching for it. I do know these two IP addresses, they belongs to where, so that is the reason I'm simply taking it out. But in a detailed class only that we are discussing how all the things are being. But here, this is the way that I'm without touching this. See, I haven't even touched it. I didn't do anything. I'm just going here. I found the IP address of it, right? So now after the finding the IP address, what I'm doing, I'm just straight away going to my, it is stuck or what? Okay, I'm straight away going to my browser and opening it. So in the browser, I was able to see some codes. So it is about 10 sixes. So now what I have to do is I can go here and I need to type these 10 sixes over here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When I click enter, that is a wrong pin. So that is not the password. My task is to break and log in inside. So I need to look further into this one. So in order to look at this one, there are many tools like Nmap and all those things are available. Since I already know that there is one more port which is open on this particular tool, what I can do, I can zoom a little bit. I can use something called Android Debug Bridge. So ADB, so Android Debug Bridge, I can connect that Android phone with my Kali Linux. See, again, I didn't touch that particular phone. I only tried that number. It didn't work. Now I'm coming back to my attacker machine. I'm just trying to log into that attacker machine here, right? So I'm trying to log into the phone through the attacker machine, right? So let me check whether he is really connected to me. So I'm going to see Android Debug Bridge devices, right? So it is still connected to me. So that's really good. So I'm going to give ADB connect. And I'm going to connect to that one. It's already connected, sorry. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get the shell of it. So ADB shell. So now you can see here, it's very simple that I have already connected to that Android machine. Look at that. So let me minus a little bit. No, it looks like this is very, so very big. I wanted to minimize this one, but still anyway. So I hope that you are able to see it here. So when I type ls, I was able to see what are the different things that are available. Let me get the admin credentials of that. Boom, just like that, I got the admin credentials. Let me go navigate to the data folder and root folder. But in reality, it will take a lot of time for you to identify what is the folder to navigate and stuff like that. Since for showing the output, I'm just doing like this, right? So here, I need to find something which actually provides me the number for me to log into that machine. So here there is something called flag.txt. So let me capture that flag here. It is giving me a number like this. So maybe this is the number. So this number is what? 2591 So let me go for 2591 Login. Nope. So that is not the thing. So what we have to do is we need to find a different way to somehow bypass the login. We can remove everything. So for example, I'm just going to remove inside the data, inside the system, right? So here I need to remove everything which is starting from .key. So I'm going to remove the key. So look at that. Now the key is removed. Now if I go over here, let me do a small restart, right? For this particular machine, I should not be seeing that particular login key anyway. So because I have removed it. See, I haven't touched the mobile. I only touched my attacker system, and through the system I have logged in and I removed it. Now let's see in about 20 seconds that you will be seeing the mobile will be opened up without the password protection. So these kind of things are doable actually, right? Look at that. See, the mobile is opened up without any password protection straight away. So if I click it here, I will be able to see, all the applications are now opened up. So I can click the message and I will be able to see the message, at least one of the message. But sometimes when I click this message, it's not going to display you this. It might be showing you a third-party application. If that is showing, you will be able to bypass that one too. Look at that. There is a third-party application. Lock has already happened. So now you have to guess it, and it's very difficult for you to guess it one by one. So now what we can do is we can even remove the third party by using this particular tool. So what I need to do is I'm again going to go for here, and what I can do, I can remove it. So the way to remove it will be very interesting. So let me exit it. Right. I can use again Android debug bridge, uninstall, and the app lock. So we need to search for these things on the Google on what is the make and the model of the application and stuff like that. But now that when I come back, the third-party application block was actually removed now. So previously I was able to look at it, then they were blocked it. So now I'm able to view all the different messages which I was having. So this is some kind of like exposure. You can use it on an offensive way as well to your friend's mobile, but we are suggesting not to do that one. So just go and do it on a defensive way, try to educate and stuff like that. These are some of the things that you need to look out for. Then what else is there? So let me go and have a look at it here. There are something called phishing tools and bomb mails are there, WinRAR. Okay, fine. So let me go and have a look at what the phishing tools are. There are so many phishing tools are available, guys. So let me go and let me go back to this one. Let me open up one phishing tool. Okay, right. So I just show CD that Fisher. This is one of the phishing tool, and it's a bash-based tool. So I'm gonna open up that. So there you go. I'm gonna fish Facebook page. I want the face security login page. I'm using NGRock as a solution, but sometimes this NGRock has a tendency of not working. But let's see. So it should be giving me a link. So if I provide the link, I will be able to see that. There you go. So that is the link. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link here, and I will be able to put it into some WhatsApp message if I have a minute. I'm going to put into, I'm just opening a picture, or sorry, opening it on the other one. But so let me go and type WhatsApp for web. So I'm going to send it to my friend, and then I took AnyDesk to my mobile, and I will show you what exactly happens. So let me send it to some of my friend here. Okay, so let me send it over here. So he will be receiving it now. So what I'm going to do is, so victim IP is found. It looks like the victim have already clicked it, I guess. But let me take my AnyDesk session, and I can take my mobile and show you to you what's happening over here. So my mobile number would be, in a minute, guys. So AnyDesk number is 812. Where is that? There it is. So you will be able to see live what is happening on my mobile. So you can see this is my mobile, right? So I'm going to go back to my WhatsApp messages here. And for this guy only, I just sent it. So I'm just clicking that. So let's now imagine that he has sent it. So look at what is available there, ngRock.io. You see that? So that is the one is actually available. See, it is opening up a Facebook sign up page for me. If I really trust this page, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give my username. So I'm going to give a random name here. I'm going to give a random password as well. And I'm just going to click that. So when I click it, it's obviously after the clicking only, you can see now he's getting redirected to the original Facebook page. I don't want to remember the password, so I click never. So things like that will happen, right? So this is what actually happened on my mobile phone. So now if I go back to my Kali Linux machine, you can see what is the password username. I have typed it, and you can even see my IP address. So that is really good. You see that username and the password. So that easy it is. It is an old Android mobile phone. So you can see that Android security didn't protect me. So this is a very bad link, and I clicked it. But the problem with this is no one, if you know about ngRock, if someone knows about this, they won't be able to click it. So we have to fool them, because this looks like a very fake link to me when I have a look at it, right? It is 5.6 blah, 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 and things that you don't trust this. So what I can do is I can copy this link. I can use a link masking tool, which actually helps me to mask the link. So what I'm going to do, it's very simple again. So I'm going to go for maskfish. This is one more tool. This is again a bash based tool, right? So it's a bash scripting. That's really good. So bash and maskfish, there you go. So the phishing URL, so that is the URL from the thing that I have copied. So I just clicked it here, and it is asking what kind of a domain that you want. Okay, let me say https www.facebook.com, and it is asking some social engineering words. I say funny videos, or funny pictures, or funny puppy pics. So look at how exactly the page got changed. So it is actually changed, like facebook.com funny puppy, these kind of things, right? So if you do not like this blacklisted portion, again you open the maskfish and again put it. If you keep on putting at one side, you will definitely get a very trusted web page. So people will definitely look for the facebook.com funny page, and they will try to click it, right? So that is really easier for us nowadays to do a simple phishing. There are a lot of phishing tools available, guys. Even your if your Android security is really weak, your front camera can be captured. There are tools like 𝗬𝗎𝗄𝐻, which is available for you to do that one. So those things are actually doable. And there is one more tool called eTool. That is also help you to hack into your microphones and your front cameras, and everything is for free of charge, which is available. There are tools like Hidden Eye, which will definitely help you to find the accurate location of yours. Those lot of phishing tools are available. These are doable nowadays. But all the thing that we need to know is we should have the idea whether these tools are available or not, and how to safeguard ourselves. So look at this one. One more thing I would like to say, this WinRAR SFX. This is also a lovely thing, right? All you need to do is very simple over here. So here, let me go here. I always used to do this one in my classes as well. So WinRAR SFX. So look at this particular tool called Puppy, this particular picture called Puppy Love, right? So this is one of the tools. So this picture, it looks like a normal picture, but when I click this picture, but have a look at this one. Avast free antivirus is there. And obviously you might be seeing this is not Windows 10, this is Windows 7, but I have an antivirus. But look at this picture is now sitting very pretty here, but I'm going to click this picture. But before clicking this picture, I'm going to stage for something for me, right? So let me quickly stage it. Let me clear this out and let me stage it. So I'm going to show you how to stage this one. So 1 second, guys. So all I need to do is spelling mistake, should not make it. Yeah. So again, let me clear it. Right, let me stage it very quickly. So this is the picture. So generally, while it is getting staged, I'll just say, this is the picture we have created by looking at this. This is the bad file we have created. Again, this is scripting, a normal MSF Venom script, right? This is a kind of a bad picture, and this is a bad file, is a bad picture, and you are going to put it to WinDrive archive over here. See that how simple it is to create. And I'm going to put it as good. And after that, what you are going to do is pretty simple, that you are going to create the SFX archive and go to the advanced option, create the SFX option here. On the setup, you need to give the order of the execution. So first thing I'm going to do is GOLD, that is the name of the file, right? GOLDE, then 33443 dot JPG, that's a JPEG file. And the second one would be backdoor.exe. Right, so these are the order of the pictures, so the files to be get executed. So this should be, the picture should be executed first and the file should be executed first. Then I'm going to go for modes. I'm going to hide everything. Then I'm going to unpack this to the temporary folder. I'm going to click this one. I'm going to put it to the text and the icon. So let me choose an icon. I have already converted this JPEG file to an ICO file. I'm going to choose this one. You can choose any file of your choice. When you click OK, you will get this kind of a picture. See, it is with WinRAR, a free tool. I have created this one. All I need to do now is, once this is staged, I'm going to use something called a handler. Spelling mistakes, again, you can see here. Wait. Exploit. So I'm gonna set certain things, right? So which I've already set it on that payload thing, right? So I'm gonna set those things. So that is all. Spelling mistake. My laptop is getting heated, maybe. PRET. Okay, so exploit. So I'm making some mistakes. Maybe I'm not sure what's going to happen. But anyway, it is what I'm going to do now is, this is my victim machine. All I'm doing is just, double clicking this picture. What is happening behind? Nothing is happening. You see the picture is opening. That's all. It's a lovely little dog. Everyone will be admiring. But behind the scene that you can see, I got a session from you. I can even view what you are doing here. So what I can see is I can say a small thing called run VNC. Run VNC. Yeah. So this is a session. I actually got your session now. Let me show you in a little while. It will open up a picture, and I will be able to view whatever that you are doing by using this picture. So let me see. It's going to take a little while because it's going to show me a video. There you go. Here it is. See, I'm able to see that one. So if I go back to my victim machine, let me minimize this. So this is the current screen now. When I go back to my attacker machine, you can see the current screen. You won't be able to interact inside, but you will be able to see whatever the thing the victim is doing. So you see that just by sending a pretty little picture, I'm able to get a lot of details. I can even do a lot of things. I mean, not only this, right? I can even, put a keylogger. There is a lot of things I can do. I can even go to your CMD, right? I can type shell here. I can go to your CMD. Look at that. And this is my name and everything is there. I can go to your CMD and I will be able to attack it. I can delete the files. I can do whatever that I want. So, everything can be done. So this is called steganographic attack, hiding something behind hiding something behind something. So here behind a picture, I hidden a small malicious file. You can do the same thing behind a resume, or maybe whatever the thing is, like the posters or whatever the thing, you can hide something behind it. It's doable, it's free of charge, and it's quite easier and interesting. A lot of people will be doing because it's free. And there is something called bum mail. So bomb mail is also quite a nice tool. I'll just quickly show you since the time is running, but anyway, I'll just try to show you that. So let me go Control C. So exit, clear, CD. Let me this is the bomb mail tool. So I'm going to go for this bomb mail tool. This is really funny. There are many tools available called T-bomb. That is one more tool you can use for call bombing and SMS bombing. If your friend is not attending your call, for fun that you can do that, you can set up a delay for about 3 seconds, and you can set the number of calls to be 500. So your mobile will be calling 500 times in a 3-second intervals. You can set that one in the night and you can sleep it. Your friend will not be able to sleep it. That kind of a thing it is. So let me say, Python bomb mail, B capital, and here it is going to open up. So I'm going to use my Gmail ID. And I can use my password. And I can use any of the email ID here. Right? For example, this is a bogus email ID. I'm just using it, right? And you can type any message of your own. And then you can see this many number of emails that you can send, right? Here, I'm not going to send because it's going to screw up my bandwidth. Obviously, I put an O on the front that is wrong. So it should be a number. So this many emails I can send it. If I do this, what will happen? The person will be sitting and deleting for the entire life, right? And every day I can keep increasing like this. I can send this many emails. I can send this many emails, right? I can type it for about 5 minutes, and that many emails I will be able to send it, and he will be deleting it by sitting and doing it. So that will be really funny, and you will be blocked as well if you do this. From Google, you will be blocked. So you can create a bogus email like this, and you can do this one as well. That's really doable. So in this case, I'm just showing you the way of doing it, but I'm not going to do it. All right. Okay. So then there is a lot of things about OTP bypass. That is also one of the things that people will love to do it. So you can see here, we have provided that OTP bypass responder. These are a couple of the things that we have to do. So let me quickly do with that one as well. So responder is also a beautiful tool, guys. So it is like this. So it's a payloadless attack with the people with call. So responder, it's a pre-installed tool. So ETH0, right? I'm going to hit enter. The tool is running. Now, all I need to do is I need to go back here. I'm not sending any payload so that I don't need to worry about any antivirus or blah, blah, blah. Straight away, I need to convince the user just to go for a share file, share folder. So let me say this is the share folder, for example, right? So he's going for it. In a little while, it'll come back and say the shared folder doesn't exist. So here you don't need to worry about any kind of antiviruses or defenders, because you're not providing any files, right? You don't need to worry about encrypting the files and all those things. Look at that, your share folder is not available, right? So now you're going to click close it and you're going to cancel it. You're going to do your job. But behind the scenes here, it has captured a lot of details. You see that I was able to capture your computer name and the user and your password as well. You know how to see your password? That is, again, very simple. You're going to go over here and let me go here. I think user, and here share. You need to go for responder, RESPONDER. You need to go over here, responder, and go for logs. Here you can see SMB, which stands for server message block. So you should be knowing the IP address of this. There are a couple of IP addresses. This is my adapter IP address. So this is the file I'm just really looking forward for. And you can use a couple of tools here on the password breaks. You can see John and Johnny. You can even use Hashcat. A lot of different tools are there. Look at that, Opcrack is also available. So you can use John, which is the CLI version, and Johnny is the GUI version. And all you need to do is you need to give the file name. So this is 192.168. You have to give the full IP address, which is 198.161. And that's it. You can hit enter. And it will be able to show you the password. Look at that. That is my password. So my password is Cisco. So a simple password I had given because I wanted to show you the output. I can give a very strong password like 123 at ABCDXY1Z. In that case, it will take its own time to break the password. I had give a password like simple one like Apple. So instantly it will show the password. So you can break the password. So this is very easy, actually, to be fair. We don't need to worry about any of the things. Straight away, we will be able to do it. Finally, there is one more thing. I know that I need to give you a little bit time if you have, in case if you have any questions. One more little quick thing I would like to show you, which is how to bypass the OTP. I'm not sure whether the website has already fixed it or not, which is called 𝗟RH𝗸. For a long time, I was doing it, but I'm not sure for whether they have fixed it or not. But let me open it. So let me go for that. So again, before starting it, I'm just telling, I'm not sure whether they have fixed it or not, right? Okay, so 𝗟RH𝗸, this is the website. So this is getting opened up. So now I'm going to use a particular tool called Burp Suite. This is a beautiful tool. In bug bounty, 90% of the people are using this tool. If you know how to utilize this tool, that itself will prove you that you are good with bug bounty. If you know this tool, right? You can go to a website called 𝗏𝗏. They are that is the owner of the Burp Suite tools. So they are providing a lot of training sessions for you in the bug bounty, right? Anyway, so now the Burp Suite is getting started. So let me go to the 𝗟RH𝗸. Let me register it here. Okay, so let me click the register button. It is asking me some registering. So I'm going to give some fake information. Look at that. I'm not giving real information. So I'm not going to update it, right? Start the Burp Suite. Let me put the Burp Suite here. And here, let me register it first, right? Very quickly, I'm going to use yahoo.com. You can use whatever you want. The oh my goodness, this guy, right? Password is going to be 123@abcd, right? And the first name is going to be this. Second name is going to be this. Ultimately wrong. I'm going to give a date of birth as well. So I'm going to give a little bit realistic one, right? I'm going to give this one. I'm a male. I'm going to give next. So here you need come, it's going to street address. I'm going to give blah, blah, blah. Postal code. I'm going to give something. Let me see Colombo for fun, right? So, and the country of residence, let me give it as Sri Lanka. And the number, I can give any number because I don't mind. So let me give some random number. Some random number I'm just giving. And the currency, unfortunately, Sri Lankan currency is not there. I'm just giving some other thing. I'm accepting it. I'm agreeing it. I'm going to register it. So look at this one. I don't have this number. The OTP will not be given. So I'm just going to register it. So in a little while, he will be, okay, it's coming. Fine. So now you can see here. So this is asking me to provide an OTP code, right? So I'm going to provide a bad OTP code. You know that no one will provide OTP code like that, no? So no one will get an OTP code like that. I'm going to provide this kind of an OTP code now, right? And let's see whether this works or not. Definitely it is not It is not going to work. So what I'm going to do in order to do that, I'm going to go to my Burp Suite, right? I'm going to go to proxy. I go to options. I see, okay, so my Burp Suite is running with my loopback IP with this particular port. I need to go and quickly set that one. So let me go over here. Let me go to preference. And let me go for network and go to settings. And here you can see it is listening on this port. It's already set. I'm going to press OK. So now what will happen is whatever the thing, right, which I'm typing here, which I'm typing on my browser, will be coming back to my Burp Suite, and then only it will be going out. So this is a proxy. That's it. So I'm going to verify this one. So you see that it is coming here. It is not going out. It is just coming over here. Right. So what I can do is I can click here, and this is the OTP code, right? So I'm gonna see the code that is the bad code. I can actually do some interceptions. So I can respond to the request. So that is the one that I can go. I'm going to do intercepting this particular traffic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to verify this one. Let me go forward here. Again, a forward here, forward. You can see this is the file that I need to manipulate. And it's very easier for me. So all I need to manipulate is certain different things that I can go and choose all those invalid data. So here it is coming as code doesn't match. So I can just choose it like code match. I can take out the error. You see that how easy it is. But every websites will have their own coding. So you need to be very careful with that one. So normally what I would suggest you is provide your own number and get it verified before. And then later on that you will be able to identify, what kind of a status message it is giving. By observing that, you will be able to bypass it very easily, right? So we have tried with 𝗘𝐾𝐻 and all, it's working, flawlessly. So you know that, 400 bad request is a bad one. So I'm going to put 200, the website that that 200 is a successful request. That's it. So I'm going to forward this one. I'm going to forward all the different unnecessary parts. When I come back here, you see that verification is successful. When I continue that, you can see I am able to log in, right? With some account, I don't know who this account is, but with some account, I was able to log in. All the fake information I had given, but I was able to log in. You see how dangerous this is? If I know your mobile number, right? All I need to do is, if I know your, I know many people's email ID. I know their name as well. I can give them bogus IP address. If I know your mobile number, I can definitely, log into this website with your name, with your identity. And that is one kind of a thing. Or else, as I told you before, I will be able to bypass your 𝗘𝐾𝐻's OTP verification, and I will be able to log into your 𝗘𝐾𝐻's portal and change your order. If you're ordering 10 chocolates, I can order 10 fruits for you. That kind of a thing. It's quite easier because these things that I'm showing you are very basic level ones. But when it comes to cybersecurity, there are so many advanced techniques that are available. It's extremely dangerous to go for it. So without further ado, I think that I have talked a lot, and hopefully that you understood, hopefully that you have enjoyed this one. And my sincere thank you for all the team for waiting over here. And I'm just concluding my seminar from here. And thank you for patiently waiting for us and listening to this one. And if you have any questions, you can definitely ask from my side. So I'm just going through some of the questions, guys, that you have asked for. One is how I get a proper job in this field. Okay, that is a very good question. So I believe that you also doing your degree, maybe first year, second year, or third year. So the very first thing is you need to target your degree. But before finishing your degree, make sure you get at least 1 year worth of an experience. That's extremely important. So that is one thing. And the second thing is some certifications is extremely must for you. I would suggest you go for a CCNA and then a certified ethical hacking if you really like it. But in some organizations, they are sponsoring you to do the certifications. If that is the case, that is really good. If not, go for the CCNA and then get some, institute level certifications, because CEH is about $1,000. Get some institute level certifications and then seek for a job. You will definitely get it, right? Once if you get your job, then talk to your, job employer and get yourself sponsored for these certifications, because these are 2 lakhs, you don't spend it. So the way to properly get into a job is by showing something extraordinary, either getting some appreciation letters from certain companies, work for free, 6 months, go work for free, get an appreciation letter, because since you are a student and no one is going to judge you, work for free. By the time when you are coming out from the degree, you should have minimum 1 year of experience. That is my suggestion for you. Then the second question would be, mathematics compulsory for become a cybersecurity expert? No, definitely not at all. Mathematics is really compulsory if you are going for a data science or analysis field. For cybersecurity, definitely not at all. Mathematics is not at all required. Do not worry about it. But certain logics that you need to understand when you're engaging yourself with scripting. If you love to do scripts and if you try to bypass certain things, you need to do some scripting. But this is not entirely programming. So please do not worry about the mathematics. Windows Defender enough as a virus card? Definitely not. Windows Defender is performing well. I should say it's a definitely a good one, but there are so many tools available like Emperor and all those tools. Those are really better on evading the privacy. So definitely that you will be able to use those tools to get yourself done. So definitely Windows Defender is not enough, guys. So make sure you use something called VirusTotal or a combination, right? Combination of 2-3 antiviruses. Don't rely yourself on Windows Defender. While doing electronics and telecommunication engineering, is the CCNA course valuable or not? I'll tell you a truth, brother. I'm from electronics and telecommunication engineering. My basic degree is that, and unfortunately, my master's degree also from electronics telecommunication. I have done my CCNA, and I have worked as a network engineer for about 2 years or 3 years. Then I slowly shifted to the cybersecurity. I do understand you might be studying digital signal processing or field theory or VLSI designing, and those kind of a subjects is not going to be very much helpful for you, but the thinking process that you have obtained by the electronics and telecommunications will definitely help you out. But you can go for it. It's a relevant field. If you are a computer science student, it's really good. Electronic students, do not worry about it. You can definitely do the CCNA. You can start your career like that. I have done that. I got succeeded. So with that base, I'm giving you that assurance. You will definitely do that. Email answer try. Okay, okay. So, guys, there are some more other questions is also coming because of the timings. What I would say is, we will share our email ID, and you can contact us if you have any doubts. If you wanted to clear your doubts, so you can definitely contact us. I'm just going through some other questions as well here, guys, and I will provide you the details. I'll give it to the our IEEE team, our details, so you can contact us and you can clear your doubts. And I'm really happy that we were able to meet and get this thing done. And I'm a sincere thank you for the SLTC team and the IEEE team on SLTC to making this event very fruitful and successful. And have a nice day and happy New Year, guys.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us today.
Thank you,
So,
guys.
before the end, I would like to invite the project chairman, and he is the vice chairman of IEEE Computer Society, Mr. 𝗬𝗏 to deliver the vote of thank.
Okay, Tamira, am I audible to you?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Wish you all very happy new year. I think IEEE Computer Society student branch chapter of SLTC has gave you a golden opportunity for those who are interested in cybersecurity. This workshop was a great change to you all to enhance, gain a lot of knowledge in this field. Hope this evening was a golden time for you. So I take this chance to thank all the stakeholders of this event. First of all, my sincere thank goes to Mr. Jude Myuran. Sir, it is an honor to have you as the guest speaker for this webinar series. You improved our cybersecurity skills and made us able to further develop our cybersecurity as a career. You showed us supremacy of cybersecurity and gave us interest in it. Again, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
Also,
Vishan.
I would like to acknowledge and thank Siberian FOSEC team for supportive efforts from them. Also, I would like to acknowledge and thank Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Senior Treasurer of IEEE Student Branch of SLTC, Mrs. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Chaturani, Academic Advisor of IEEE Student Branch of SLTC, Mr. Govinda Vitanagi, Student Interactive Society President of Sri Lanka Technology Campus, Mrs. Diana Thayaparan, Chairman of IEEE Student Branch of SLTC, Mr. Manodya Nabadeva, Vice Chairman of IEEE Student Branch of SLTC, and Mr. Andunu Bandar, Chairman of IEEE Computer Society of SLTC, for your great support to organize this event successfully. And also, thank you, my fellow organizing committee members. I think you all did a great job for success of much awaited first seminar of this year. At last, thank you all the participants, and we hope this event improved your cybersecurity skills, and I think you will be able to further develop your cybersecurity knowledge. We are ready to give many more important programs for your academic life. like this. Stay with us. Thank you all. Stay safe. Over to you, Hasira.
Yes, thank you. So now I'll give you some guidelines for our quiz. So this is to inform you that on behalf of our CyberHat 1.0 team, we cordially invite you to participate to our quiz. And this is an MCQ type quiz, and you should answer all the questions. And you should finish the quiz before 3rd of January at 11:59 p.m. That's mean today at 11:59 p.m. You should before it you should submit to us. And the guidelines are, please give a valid email address. If not, you will not be able to get the certificate and also the link for the quiz. And this is only a one attempt quiz, and the submission deadline is 11:59 p.m. today. And you should answer all the 10 questions, and each question carry 10 marks, and at least 80% must be obtained to earn the certificate. So again, I'm mentioning that we will be sending you the quiz link through your email address. So please give a valid email address to us. So that's it up from here. And I wish you all stay safe and happy coding. So good luck to all.